Welcome to your daily focus for January the 19th, 2023. We have a lot of energy that we're dealing with right now. So there's no new energy being piled upon that. And that's great, okay? Because the sun is in Capricorn and it is its final day in Capricorn. So we're going to have to absorb that energy. Midday, the moon moves signs. So we have to absorb that energy. We just had Mercury go straight stationary direct. We have to absorb that energy. We have Mars and Mercury talking up in the sky. We're absorbing that energy. We have the sun and Pluto combined up there in the sky. We're absorbing that energy. So we don't need any new energies. Oh, and Mars just recently went stationary direct, and we're going to be walking into the sun moving into Aquarius, the new moon in Aquarius, and the next day after that, so the 20th, the 21st, and then on the 22nd, we have Uranus going stationary direct. So we have more than enough new energy coming in. We have more than enough energy to deal with. We'll talk about what's important for us today and how to utilize all this energy effectively. Let's start at the beginning. I'm Tilly. This is Tarot with Tilly, and thank you. Thank you truly for all of the positive, loving, supportive energy you send my way each and every day. Don't forget to subscribe, like, ring that bell so that you're notified when my videos come out. And sharing. Thank you so much. Truly. It means the world to me when you do those things. Leaving comments. Oh my gosh. Thank you. We have the 19 energy today. The 19 energy, the song plays, is the I am energy. It's about us. It's about us moving forward. 19 is about ourself, our ego, our healthy ego, and how we are creating that, how we are building confidence in our life, strength, how we're willing to take a risk on ourselves, believing in ourselves enough to take a risk on ourselves. That is the 19 energy. The 19 energy says we've made it to this point. Now it's time to go further. Now it's time to expand our horizons. 1 plus 9 is a 10. That's a good luck number. Means that new energy is coming in. New chapters are opening up in our lives. And 1 plus 0 is a 1. But it's the 1 energy with this godlike presence because we use the 0 in order to get to the 1. That is the I am. So start thinking, write a list of, the most positive attributes that you have. I am courageous, I am strong, I am confident, I am loving, I am worthy, I am deserving, I am beautiful, I am tapped in intuitively, I have wisdom, I am the sage, I have the wisdom. And then start saying things like this to yourself throughout the day. Watch how that kind of turns your brain doesn't know if you're lying or telling the truth. Your brain really doesn't know that, which just kind of, throws me to the left every time I think of that. So it's what we're telling ourselves about ourselves creates the experience because our brain says, oh, we better start acting that way. We better start doing that. We can't do that because remember we said earlier today we were this. And it allows us to procrastinate a little bit less. It helps us to move forward in the way we want. It helps us to build our inner core confidence. If we look at the numerology of the day, it's a 1 plus a 1 plus a 7, and that's a 9 energy. Beautiful energy considering that we have the new moon energy right around the corner because the 9 energy is about clearing the pathway to allow those new experiences to come in. So with the 9 energy, it's just not about completion or healing. It's so that we can open ourselves up to new chapters, new paths, new opportunities, new ways of doing, being, becoming, new relationships. Oops. Did you see that? It was, whew. Oh my goodness. We don't want this one. I'll just put it back. The Devil card. Actually, the Devil card is very appropriate for what I was saying. The Devil card is about... It's about changing your habits, changing your behaviors, maybe even changing up your routine, maybe changing the job you do in order to bring in your income. The Devil is about letting the past burn off. The things that no longer have value burn away. from our existence. Let those walls crumble. Let them fall down. Because this is the Phoenix rising. This is the new beginnings, the new starts, the new and improved, as we're birthed into new experiences. Okay, I'm going to put that back. That reminds me of the shuffling thing. Okay, so thank you all for your input. I get very upset when there's even one person that's not happy with me. I really do. And so thank you for being there for me. Absolutely. Thank you for being there for me. And one of the persons says, the shuffle. Well, I watch some of these tarot card readers and they're like, the cards are flying. And so the way I was brought up within the tarot was to respect this. This is my voice. This is my connection to angels. I've had this deck for 20 years now. And I've gotten other decks, and I always go back to this deck. But I treat it with respect, and I just, some of them are just jamming those cards. Like, I could never do that. I'm so sorry. Like that card, I mean, I really do that. Really believe that somebody, because it went up very nicely and came down. So that one was meant to come out. And that wasn't by my method of shuffling. I shuffle the same way every time. But I think it's very important to hold the cards around your solar plexus. I really do believe that. So if you are a tarot card reader, because that's when you're giving it the intention. And even when we're connecting with so many things, it's this area of the body that we're using most often. It's the third eye, yes, and the crown, yes. But really, it's these chakras that we need to strengthen if we want to really become, profound card readers, or just being able to tap into the other side, tapping into our own intuition. That's your intuition there as well. So anyways, I will do me, because I've been doing it so long this way that I meditate before I do any kind of reading, even this. There's a small little 5-minute meditation for the dailies. If I'm doing a personal reading for you, I will try and, I connect with my angels and spirit guides, and then I expect them to go out there and find you, out of all the people in the world, find you, your angels and spirit guides, and bring back messages. And that's what really your reading is all about. Now, you may have questions, and that's why I say I don't need many questions, because they're going to tell me what you need to hear. But if you have something that's, give me one sentence or something. Don't give me, let me give you an evidence-based reading. And if you give me the whole story, I've got nothing to base my evidence on, because you gave it to me already. So I would prefer fewer the details, the better. Simple and sweet. So I'm gearing you guys up for when my readings come live. Huh? I'm not really. And I even had one client the one time, and she I finally said I can't do your reading. I tried, and then I went back, and I tried, and I went back, and I said, are you like a very private person? Because you have to give your angels and guides permission to talk to me, or talk to my guides. And she laughed. She says, yeah, I really am. So anyways, where were we in the whole reading? I forget. We were talking about, I was talking about the connection and different ways of making connection, how I make connection. And so, yeah, and I won't do a personal reading for you until I made that connection. And that's why I prefer to do the online videos, because I give you stuff that, I have people that are still going back in their readings, and you watch them 4, 5, 10, 20. I have one that's over 300 views on it from that one person, because there was just so much to take away from it, and every time you listen to it, you hear something new. Anyways, let's just go to the cards, right? Sun is in Capricorn. I forgot the astrology because there's not much happening. Sun in Capricorn, final day for that. And then the moon is in Sag. I think somewhere after lunchtime, but before supper, the moon will move over into Capricorn, somewhere in that bracket of time for the majority of us. So we go from this optimistic viewpoint of our lives where we may have tripped over some details, to that Capricorn moon, where we are going to plan, where we are going to look over our strategy. What did we miss? What are the little details? What are the tasks that need to be done? What are the long-term goals? What are my obligations and responsibilities? And so we tunnel our vision a little bit more in that way. Okay, so we may be waking up feeling bright and alive and everything's beautiful. And then Capricorn comes in and says, okay, well, if we want it to stay beautiful, we got to get to work. So sit down and let's start working out that plan. Okay, we'll cut the cards. Our shadow card is, what is it? Oh, look at that. Love yourself. You are deserving. And the more that we understand what we are entitled to, just coming down here, I mean, this is a hard place to land, Earth. It's very hard being a human being. And sometimes it seems like there's so much more chaos and sorrow and challenges than there are happy moments and joyful moments. And that's why it's so important to make those joyful moments each and every day. But here we are, and we're sitting on our throne. And look at us. The sky is open. There's a couple of those beautiful puffy clouds maybe in the sky. There's water behind us. You know, and it's a little foggy there. And so that gives a hint to, we don't know how it's all going to come about. We just want that in our lives. You know, I didn't know how the F-150 was going to come into my life, but it eventually came. I didn't know how I was going to get that extra screen for my office here. And it appeared. I didn't know how I was going to get that computer, and yet it showed up for me. So we don't have to know how it's going to show up. We don't have to even know if there's time or energy or resources, if it will fit. We don't need to know any of that. We just need to project into that cup what we truly want to have happen in our lives and overflow that cup. And I would suggest this more a morning thing than an evening thing, because we'll be more of the taskmaster at that point. So in the morning, let your mind run away on what ifs and beautiful what ifs and positive what ifs. I mean, the moon is in Sagittarius, so take advantage of that optimistic, move forward, climb mountain kind of energy. Actually, climb mountains is Capricorn, but it's kind of like, you know, you're going forward. You're looking at the possibilities. You're expanding your horizons. Okay, first card out of the deck is, look at this, the King of Cups. So the Queen of Cups is underneath. The King of Cups is the guy who says, make a plan. So we've got the best of both worlds here. Between the Queen and the King, I mean, they're two of our highest diplomats in the deck. They're also two of our highest intuitives in the deck. So that means that our mind and our heart can work as one unit today if we allow it. So we're not making decisions, we're not thinking of things in an overly logical way, but we're not doing it in an overly emotional way today. There's a proper balance between the two. The King of Cups is making sure that you have gone over your list and asking yourself some very important questions. Things like, are you happy? Do your friends treat you well? Do your coworkers treat you well? Do the company you work for treat you well? And that's not that we walk away from it and we quit, but we look at it and we understand how we need to adjust it, transform it, change it into something different. If it's not making us feel strong, not making us feel confident, not making us feel alive and joyful and happy. This is dear old dad. This is dear old dad as you were walking out the door with your keys in the hand and you're going to go out for the night. And who you getting together with? You got enough money? And what do these people do? What do their parents do? Where do they live? You know, are you surrounding yourself with good people? Like-minded people? People that value you? People that raise you up, support you, love you? Do you have enough money? How's your job? Do you like it? Do they pay you well? Do they respect you in the workplace? The Ace of Cups. We had the Ace of Cups yesterday in the first place. Now it's in the second place. The Ace of Cups is here to ask us what our new beginning is. You know, this is the cup we're holding. So embrace your beliefs, the things that you are called to, the things you dream about. Embrace them with all your might. And embrace you and hug you and love yourself. And know that you are deserving and know that you are worthy. And embrace that new opportunity. So it may take courage, it may take strength. Absolutely. We don't have that here today, but it's part of the package. I think part of the package today, though, is that 9 energy of clearing out what no longer has value. Cleaning the clutter so that the new experiences can arrive in your life. Wow, we've got all cups on the board, so an emotional day for sure. And then we end with the 7 of the Wands. Now, the 7 of Wands, typically we're standing on top of a mountaintop. All the people are underneath. Those are our loved ones, our close friends, our family. And we're making a stance. We're saying, hey, guess what? I'm moving forward. I'm going in this direction now. I want to embrace this in my life. I want to become that in my life. And in order to do that, I have to step this way. I hope you will come with me. But if you don't, this is farewell. And that's kind of what we're saying up here. Okay, now remember, Mars and Mercury are up there in the sky, and so we shouldn't be sharing too much of our story with too many people. But being the last couple of days of full moon energy, it is a time to look at what friendships you need to move past, what friendships you need to leave in the past. Move past in the past. But we're strong here, we're standing strong, and we are determined. We are determined to go our way, even if they won't support us. And that happens a lot in the family, right? You say at the supper table, I want to do this, and everybody goes, oh, goodness gracious. Well, I want you all to do it with me. I want you to support me. And you might get the support from them. They might do it with you. They might not. But that doesn't mean that you don't do it going forward. That means you still do it going forward. You show them what strength and courage and perseverance is, patience is. And you go forward. And you know what? If it was something that now you're showing up at the dinner table, the new improved you. Okay, well, we'll just go forward a couple of weeks or a couple of months. And now you're sitting there. You don't think they want to get on board with you for this now? Oh, maybe I'll join you. Oh, maybe I'll try that too. How about, count me in for this week. I'll give it a try. So it may take time to get that support. Okay, we don't just don't get up from the supper table and say, okay, I gotta go live somewhere else now. You guys aren't supporting me the way I want. No, the 7 of Wands is you do it with or without that support, but you make your intentions known. You let them know exactly what you're doing and why you're doing it. And you want them there. That's the whole thing with the 7 of Wands is you want them there. But you have to. What's the 7 energy? Stand in your truth, right? Okay, let's get a mantra card here. I don't have any of my cards set up again. Lots to do today. And it's all for you guys, so I am working hard in the background, although I only show up for a few minutes each day. Let's change that, shall we? Okay. We have face your fears, release the power of fear. How very important is this? What a beautiful message for this full moon energy that we are still in, because when we walk forward, when we hit that new moon and we don't have that fear that we have been walking half our life with, oh my goodness, does the world open up to you? Does your horizon start to expand in the way you want to see? Oh my goodness, face your fears. And fear, when you face your fear, when you look fear in the eye, it runs, it hides. It doesn't want to see itself. So face your fears. Everybody experiences fear. To triumph over fear, you need to understand it, and only then can you release its power over you. Fear has a subtle way of showing you the dark side of yourself, immobilizing you, stealing your freedom, stealing your courage. Fear can also show you that something is worth fighting for. It's an opportunity to build courage and a brave heart. The magic of nature and your angels will encourage you to overcome fear like change, loneliness, the unknown. You can be brave to face these challenges, and the mantra is, I have the courage to overcome my fears. I have the courage to overcome my fears. Move that deck out of the way. And I think there was a comment. Nina? I'm going to say Nina. That they just haven't been feeling well. And that happens a lot of times, more often in a full moon setting. Because it is a time to recharge. It is a time to recuperate. It is a time to just sit and breathe once in a while. Okay? Put endings on things, completions on things. And what happens is our to-do list is longer than the day most times. For the things we have to do. And trying to fit in that nugget of time for ourselves can be despairing, actually. Right? So that's why it's so vitally important to do it regardless, because what can happen is you get tired. Your body's saying no. Your heart is saying no. Your soul is saying no. You have to rest. You have to lay down. You have to recuperate. And so the more you try and push through that, I'm not feeling the greatest today kind of, there's nothing really wrong with you, but you're just, oh my gosh, I just can't get motivated. I can't move. I'm tired. I'm hungry. I'm thirsty. I don't want to do anything. And that it's just your body, and you're just not, get in touch with yourself a little bit more, because your body is trying to tell you, we can't keep doing this. You have to take a break. So take a break. Okay? Okay, Nina? And like so many others. And I'm the worst for it. Okay? I'm the worst for it. I'm getting better, and I am talking to myself. I am learning about myself. I am finding out, when I push myself too hard. I hear my body a lot faster than I used to. But it takes practice. Okay, our animal for today is the deer, love. The deer is here, love. Be gentle with yourself. You heal with the power of love. See the light in all things. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. Acknowledge your self-worth and grace. We started that at the very beginning of this reading. So it kind of read itself back to the front again, didn't it? Be gentle with yourself and heal yourself through the power of love. What is it? What's our underlying energy? Loving ourselves, knowing that we are worthy, knowing that we are deserving. So, anyways, I will see you tomorrow. And until tomorrow comes, remember, I do love you.